This is Scrapyard Diecast Racing. Grand Championship.
As always, I'm your host, Barnabas Tone.
And this is me, your co-host, Frederick Allen Seto.
As you could tell by that opening title card, these are the Grand Finals.
That's right, Barry. This is the super secret bonus at the end of it all. In this tournament, we've had the best cartoon drivers in history, and we've also had the best self-driving cartoon car in cartoon history. But what if the best driver and the best self-driving car were the same person? Or same car? Or whatever, who cares? What if they were one and the same?
Al, what in the name of Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch are you even talking about?
I'm talking about a cartoon driver so great that every other cartoon conspired to lock him in the realm of forgotten cartoons. But here's the thing. Wild Bob led a special mission to go and rescue him.
That's right, Barry. And that ride was as bumpy as the back of my Aunt Bertha's neck. But instead of yapping on about it, why don't I just show you who I done rescued?
Now, it was a stormy night when a bolt of lightning forced me off the road. My car skidded into a government laboratory where a top-secret experiment was underway. I swerved into the path of Dr. Chase's molecular transfer ray, causing me and my car to become one. The incredible Turbo Team!
That's right, Assassin number 1 has to beat the best of cartoon drivers of all time, Turbo Teen. Now let's get up to the guillotine gate and get this Grand Cartoon Championship final started.
Here we are at the Guillotine Gate. Starting off in Lane 1, it's Assassin number 1. And in Lane 2, for the first time on our track, or any track since 1984, it's the Turbo Teen.
And while the safety officials are doing their last-minute checks, I just want to remind everyone that during the very first race of this tournament, I said this: only one new rule. But that's for the ultra super secret bonus at the end of it all. And that new rule is, the winner must win 2 heats in a row.
Wow, Al, I actually love it. The officials have given us a green light. Let's cut to the chipmunk.
3, 2, 1, go!
Assassin cuts in!
Turbo Team breaks through!
Assassin is out!
Turbo Team in reverse!
And into the camera. No, wait, it's back, and so is he! I can't believe it! The finish line cam has survived!
Barry, the replay?
Oh yes, of course!
Do you see? Do you see now, Barry, why Turbo Teen is the best? Let's break it all down. Once the guillotine goes up, the assassin immediately cuts in with his perpendicular block. And coming down Nevada, Turbo Teen expertly pinballs the assassin off the wall, breaking free. Then, check this out, Barry. I love this. Coming into the bottleneck, the assassin tries his flipping block and misses, but Turbo Teen turns the tables and blocks on the way out of the bottleneck. We've never seen that before, Barry. Ever!
And that block seems to have been extremely effective, because as the Turbo Teen shifts into reverse to take Carmine Corner, the assassin stalls and limps to a stop by the safety crew.
Then Turbo Teen, showing off his skill, comes down Clunker Canyon as straight as a laser beam, and in reverse. Then, to show off even more, he pulls off a reverse drift before crossing the line. And I don't know if this is a secret shout out to us, but he hits my safety rocks and your finish line cam.
That was obviously my favorite part, Al. Of all the finish line cams this channel has gone through, the Turbo Teen was the first to tap one and not turn it into a bucket of parts.
I hope everyone can see now why every cartoon would conspire to lock up TT in the realm of forgotten cartoons. because Turbo Teen just delivered the blueprint performance on how races are won. And if he wins the next one, this grand final will be all over.
Here we are at the guillotine gate for Heat 2. We are gonna keep the same start positions for the remainder of the grand finals.
And the rest could not be very long if Turbo Teen locks it all up right here and right now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Assassin blocks! Turbo Teen barrel rolls!
Assassin into the clunkers! He crosses the line and destroys the finish line cam.
Wow, I was not expecting that, Barry.
Let's break it all down. As per usual, when the guillotine gate goes up, the assassin immediately cuts that three-wheeler in front of the Turbo Teen. That perpendicular block coming down Nevada has been the assassin's signature move for this whole tournament, and it's what helped him get here today.
And it looks like Turbo Teen was trying to bounce him off the wall again, but waited too long and ended up clipping the edge of the bottleneck. And he tried to barrel roll his way back onto his wheels while upside down in Carmine Corner, but he just catches the corner of that EMT van at the safety station.
But just take a gander at the way he up and steers clear of my whirlybird, contorting himself all types of ways to make sure the yellow jacket stays scratch-free. Now that there's what I call respect.
But all that respect just clears the way for the assassin to use the clunkers to straighten himself out. And for no reason whatsoever, he spins at the line, seemingly purposely taking out and destroying yet another finish line cam. If the Turbo Teen is all about showing respect, the assassin is showing that he's all about dirty tricks and kicking you while you're down.
Well, disrespectful or not, the one thing that is not a trick is the assassin has cut off Turbo Teen's chance at a shutout and now puts himself in a position for a 2-in-a-row win. Heat 3. Turbo Teen, who started with an early advantage, now finds himself in a tight spot.
If the assassin wins this one, the Turbo Teen may find himself once again hopelessly lost in the annals of cartoon obscurity.
Wow, okay, Mr. Melodrama, I think that's quite enough. Alvin, if you'd please.
3, 2, 1, go!
Assassin goes for the block!
The Turbo Teen makes it around!
Turbo Teen on his roof!
Oh, the finish line cam.
Looks like Turbo Teen is back in the game. It seems like the assassin is gonna keep using his perpendicular block.
Yes, he seems to be using the if it ain't broke, don't fix it strategy.
But once again proving just how awesome he is, Turbo Teen slams on his brakes just before the assassin can block, totally negating his whole signature move.
It was so effective that Turbo Teen seems to be celebrating by spinning into reverse and pulling off a little bicycle move.
Then, coming into Carmine Corner, Turbo Teen goes high on the outer wall and shows the assassin that 4 wheels are faster than 3. Plus, look at this right here, Barry. It's almost like Turbo Teen is letting every toon and the world know there's only one Trans Am that matters on this track, and he knocks into our clunker Trans Am to deliver that message.
Furthermore, as if he already knows he cut off the assassin's chance at a 2 in a row, the Turbo Teen decides to roof slide across the line. And as an apparent hat tip to me, he taps the camera but leaves it operational.
But not for long, because in what looks like a fit of rage, the assassin sends his car spinning and sends our finish line cam to the trash heap.
Thanks to the Turbo Teen's win, the assassin's chances at a 2 in a row have just been cut off, as has been our scorecard. It looks as if this grand final is going into extra heats. Here we are back at the guillotine gate for Heat 4, our first official overtime heat.
And once again, Turbo Teen is back in a position where he's looking for his second in a row win.
But as we just saw, the assassin is boiling over with rage from that last heat. Let's see if he channels it into determination or blows it in frustration.
3, 2, 1, go!
Turbo Teen flips!
Assassin has a huge lead!
Turbo Teen on his roof!
Assassin across the line and into the cam! Wait, we still have picture! The Turbo Teen falls short! This one is all over. Well, color me impressed, Al. That was an amazing bit of driving by the assassin. Coming down Nevada, the assassin actually fakes his perpendicular block. But then he uses the transition at the bottleneck to actually get under the Turbo Teen and flip him over.
But Turbo Teen does not give up. He actually drafts behind the assassin and takes Carmine Corner on his roof. Then, in Clunker Canyon, the assassin spins himself to double check how big of a lead he has.
I guess that's his only option, to look over his shoulder since he doesn't have a rear window. And what has me looking over my shoulder is how the assassin crossed the line and only knocked into our finish line cam instead of utterly destroying it. Is this his new strategy for the win? After all his rage in Heat 3, are we now seeing a kinder, gentler assassin number 1?
I don't know, Barry. Look at the way he eases back into the shot as Turbo Teen falls just short of roof sliding across the line. It's almost as if he's trying to frame it where he is clearly on the winning side of the line and Turbo Teen is not. That's not very kinder and gentler or sportsmanlike.
Well, sportsmanlike or not, the assassin has put a win on the scorecard, now putting himself in the 2 wins in a row position. Heat 5, the assassin looking for the win, the Turbo Teen looking to save a little face after losing so much paint.
And that paint was literally on his face. Or is it his back? I think it's his back that turns into the roof.
Al, focus. The chipmunk is ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
Turbo Teen blocks!
Assassin is out!
Turbo Teen is... Wow!
Turbo Teen on his roof and across the line. And spinning?
Barry, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Wow, Barry. Just wow. As they come down Nevada, the assassin once again only hints at his perpendicular block. And once again, in the bottleneck, he tries to get under Turbo Teen. But Turbo Teen somehow reverses it and gets under the assassin and flips him. How does he do that? It's like a mind puzzle.
After delivering that devastating block, the Turbo Teen comes into Carmine Corner at full speed, and the assassin, having taken so much damage, skids to a halt in the middle of the turn.
And now comes the point where Turbo Teen teaches us all a lesson, Barry.
How so, Al?
In the last heat, the assassin used Clunker Canyon to spin back and see how big of a lead he had while Turbo Teen was on his roof. So, Turbo Teen purposely launches himself into the Clunker Cam, taking out everyone's ability to quote-unquote see. But being one of the good guys, he doesn't break the camera, just knock it out of alignment because it comes back in time for us to see the clunkers go over the edge. Then the lesson continues because in the last heat, Turbo Teen on his roof seemingly fell short of crossing the line. So in this heat, coming down the boulevard, he not only crosses the line on his roof, but he goes into the rocks and the cam just like the assassin did and comes back into the shot just like the assassin did, but is spinning on his roof or back, I think that's his back, showing off that even though this heat is over, he still has plenty of go left in him.
Now it's the Turbo Teen framing the final shot of himself on the winning side of the line, while the assassin is nowhere in sight. Simply amazing. And with that, the Turbo Teen has backspinned his way into a position for a 2-in-a-row win. Heat 6. The back and forth between these two has been a joy to watch. The hard-fought jockeying for position has been a refreshing delight.
I don't know, Barry. The assassin doesn't look delighted. I mean, look how far away from Turbo Teen he lined up. For the first time in this tournament, he actually looks shaken.
Well, he better get his masthead back in the game quickly because the chipmunk is ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Down they go!
Turbo Teen in reverse!
What a move!
Turbo Teen takes it out the line! I don't believe it! I don't believe it! Turbo Teen was on a mission, Barry. And by the way this race just turned out, he can loudly say, mission accomplished.
The Turbo Teen fakes a block coming down Nevada, and the assassin spins himself trying to avoid.
Nevada has always been where the assassin pulled off his perpendicular block, and now he was spinning himself.
Then in the bottleneck, the Turbo Teen fakes the underneath block, and again the assassin spins himself to avoid.
I told you he looked shaken in the guillotine gate. Now he's jumpy, sheepishly throwing himself into a spin every time Turbo Teen fakes a block.
But still coming into Carmine Corner as the Turbo Teen throws himself into reverse, it's the assassin who has the lead.
Or so it would seem, because this time in Clunker Canyon, Turbo Teen's block was not a fake, but devastatingly real. He flips the assassin over, and now it's the assassin who is hoping to have enough roof slide momentum to make it across the line. And here's the rub. Turbo Teen actually gives him a little push to help him across, but then steers around the assassin and guns it across the line at the very last possible moment. And then after the assassin manages to barely make it across the line, Turbo Teen comes back into frame. Like he wants this to be the picture on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper.
This has been some of the most impressive driving I have ever seen by a man, or a car, or a man car. Whatever. It was impressive. And with that embarrassment-delivering win, the Turbo Teen has gotten his 2-in-a-row win, while the assassin delivered some major upsets and devastating defeats during the tournament. It just wasn't enough against the Turbo Teen. The Turbo Teen has gone from a forgotten, unknown, super-secret bonus to the Grand Cartoon Champion.
I really think Turbo Teen could have gotten that 2-in-a-row win at any point, Barry, but at some point it got personal. And I think Turbo Teen was delivering a message to the rest of the cartoon world by proxy of the assassin. And he's saying it loud and clear. The world may have forgotten me, but make no mistake, Turbo Teen is the best cartoon driver of all time. And with that stupendous win, our tournament is coming to a close. Thank you to all our cartoon participants and to Wild Bob for helping me rescue Turbo Teen.
No problemo, partner. And don't you forget to thank all the fans for watching. And if you done made it this far, why don't you do us all a favor by hitting that there subscribe button?
Like Wild Bob said, thank you all for watching. All you fans make all the work and effort that goes into these racing videos worthwhile. As always, it has been a pleasure being your host. This is Barnabas Tone, signing off.
So what did you guys think of the cartoon serial? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please let us know in the comments below. And if you did like this video, please share it with your friends. And let us know what kinds of tournaments, events, or races you'd like to see here at the Scrapyard. And from all of us, thank you so much, and we hope you tune in next time. Get it? Tune in next time?
They get it, Al. In fact,
They've all gotten too much of your jokes. Just say good night.
Good night.
Thank you.